Hello, everybody. How's it going? We're out in the backyard tonight. Oh, it looks like we got kind of a full house going on in here. Who's all in here? Let's see. Tim? Hey, good to see you, Tim. Auto Salvage Outlaws, always good. Smackies, way to go, man. I seen Nolan was running around in there. Man, if you guys haven't checked out Stubby, Sergeant Stubby, that is one cool ride. Oh, Walt's got a Studebaker Champ that yeah, after watching what Nolan's doing to that Lark, yeah. Landon, did you hear back from them guys yet? You kind of got me excited about that one. And Buzz at Roadkill, always good to see you, man. Unfinished and Irish Outlaw, the Skin Pounder. Hey, Mr. Will, how's it going? So, I'll post up the link here again. Anybody wants to come on in, like I said, it's an open mic night. Anybody who wants to come in. There we go. There, it's up. I did find out something a little interesting about the shorts today. I had one that I forgot to hit the publish button. So I went through and I just kind of tinkered with it a little bit, added a whole bunch of tags to it. And as soon as I hit publish on that sucker, it took off again. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I don't know. It worked on that one. You know how this YouTube stuff is. It's all a crapshoot. Yeah, it's still daylight for a little bit. Ooh, knee deep in paperwork. That just doesn't sound like fun there, JB. That short you did, though, that was so cool. What was that? Steelheart? Don't treat me bad? Hey, Deborah's loving life. Good to see you. Hey, here's Irish.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Oh, the anticipation.
Damn it.
I lost him. He's got something up his sleeve. Let's see, where'd that go? I need to open this window. One of these days, I'll get all of these dang buttons figured out. Opening a new window. Shrink that one up, shrink that one up. Yeah, this is interesting, huh? Watching me trying to scramble through buttons. There we go. Paste that back up. And then we'll pin that one. There we go. Like I said, one of these days I'll figure out all them buttons. So, Mr. Will, how's the Torino coming along? There's Irish. I think we got him. We got you out there? We got you? Jack 1, Jack 2. Now no sound on Jay, huh? Huh. That's strange. We can see you, man. Computers, don't you just love these dang things? So it looks like Slant, what was his name? He just crossed over to the 500 mark.
Am I there?
Hey, there you go. I can hear you now.
It's been that kind of day anyway, so.
How's Artemis coming?
I'm about to burn him to the ground,
Oh,
honestly.
no.
I have pulled the motor out twice,
Twice.
trying to get the oil pan to fix. That car is specific 65 to 69 oil pan, and you can only use a 65 to 69 oil pan. And because of the way it sits, it hits down on the cross member, and it's like 3/8 of an inch. Well, more like 5/16 of an inch. The mounts are off the metal, so it's sitting on the oil pan. And I did the complete wrong thing and lifted it back up and even tried to, finesse it a little, and it ain't happening. So
Still not enough.
I'm gonna wait till Monday, and I'm gonna call a company where I got my trans mount or my trans cross member mount stuff. They've got the oil pan, but unlike just like everything else I own, it's the oddball shit. So it's $190 before shipping. So,
Yeah.
and while I'm at it, I'm just going to order the really, really good motor mounts for it. And that way I know that it's solid. Everything's going to stay in place, because just pain in the butt. I've had to have that oil pan off twice. Once because I just wanted to check the bearings after I started it,
Uh-huh.
Thank God I did, because I had a bad set of bearings in it, which is the second time that's happened to me. And I didn't learn my lesson the first time by buying cheap bearings. I thought I'd get away with it, and I don't know. I did fix my cross member, so I got all the mounts are in for that. So I guess I'll mock that up, make sure it works, and I'll just have to wait till next weekend sometime to get the motor running. I got everything I need except for a damn oil pan now. So
I know what you're going through. That's what shut me down on that Fairlane. Same thing. Well, oil pump for the pan that I got.
Right. Yeah, because what was it, a truck motor, and you're putting it in a car, I think, or something like that, or
yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
It was a motorhome.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I lost my hat. My favorite hat. I lost it. I don't know where the hell it is. And I might have thrown it. I don't know. I was pretty angry. So I didn't have the camera on when I did all that because I couldn't have posted it anyway. I had to beep and beep and beep 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 beep. Because I get away with a little bit, but I don't think they would have liked that. I started to sound like my old man throwing wrenches and shit. So no, it'll be fine. It's just irritating. Like I have everything, and it's like every time I get one step into it, it's 16 miles back because of one little thing. And like I said, if but it's my own fault. The other oil pan, I thought I kept it, but it was so rusty from sitting in water. I just didn't
Oh
want to
yeah,
use it. It was thin. You could actually push on. I was like, yeah, one good rock, and we're dumping oil all over the highway. So, and the ones you can just buy off Amazon or Summit or anything like that or Jegs, they will not work in this car. It's got to be the actual one that's molded like the 65 to 69. And I have everybody telling me, "Oh, you can shim it here and shim it here," and
yeah.
I'm reading all these forums. I'm like, 3/8 shim that won't even put a dent in this because then you got to shim the trans mount. You also I'll have to trim the top of the
Oh,
your fan shroud. I'll have to do all that, and I don't need to do that. It's all metal. I don't want to have to do that. So I'm just gonna bite the bullet and spend the $200 for a damn oil pan.
and if
But
you cut the hump, that's about all that's left in the car and not floor.
pretty much, it
So
probably
you got to
looked like
move
a
it up.
yeah. It looked like a derby car. I'll just take a stop sign or something and mold it across. Just more sheet metal screws. I mean, what could go wrong? But I have been fun driving Ranchero around. I drove it around again today, and
Sweet.
I had a state cop pull up next to me at the stoplight, and he had his window down, and of course, it's hot as hell in that car, so I got the windows down. And I look over at him, and he's sitting there staring at me. He goes, "I'm going to be giving you a ticket someday, ain't I?" Because it sounds pretty fast. I mean, it just has that sound, where you're like, man, I'll bet that thing will just get up and fly, and it won't. It'll make a hell of a burnout, but it turns a lot of eyes. The heads just look and they're like, wow, what is that? El Camino? And then I'm like, you son of a bitch, you call me. This is a Ranchero.
He's a
Oh,
bird.
oh. Yeah, this one's a Ferd. What are you doing? How dare you?
What do you
And
got
then
power in it again?
it's a 351 modified.
An M, huh?
Yeah, it's an M, and it's got its typical 1 to 2 psi at idle, and then 45, 50 mile an hour down the road. I don't have the RPM gauge ain't working half the time, so I don't really know where I'm at. But when you get up there, it is about the 10 psi per thousand. But
Really?
I don't trust it. So I do have a high volume oil pump coming. I talked to a guy that's been running them things his entire life, and he said just put a high volume in it, you'll get another 25, 30,000 miles out of those bearings.
Yeah.
It's about getting oil to it. I said, all right, I'll try it. So I ordered one with the hardened shaft, because if you don't get that hardened shaft, it'll twist that son of a
Twist.
bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll tear it right off. And the other thing you got to do is you're supposed to put a different um, gear on your distributor.
That depends on the cam.
Right, and this
Yep.
one's pretty hot. I'm guessing this might be the old Fireball, crane cam Fireball. I'm pretty sure the way it sounds, and it just reminds me of that. It's either that or the Blazer, one of the two. But the way it reacts and the way it sounds at a low idle, it sounds a lot like the old Fireballs. So I hope it is, because I looked up in there the flashlight and it looked perfect. That cam did. It didn't look like there was anything. So yeah, it doesn't matter when I get going to it. I've already got a replacement that's going in there. I'm not messing with that Duraspark shit. I am I'm over it. You know how many of them damn things I've replaced in my lifetime? I'm freaking over it. I will give GM that for whatever, no matter what you think or anyone has their beef with GM, their Mopar Ford. The HEI is the greatest thing that has ever happened to, you know, fire in your motor.
And if
They
anything goes
one
wrong,
damn wire.
you can change that module in what, like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
It don't take no time at all if
Yep.
something bad does happen.
But you know what? As long as you put that grease that comes with them,
Yeah.
I've got CRC, the big bottle of it that I use on them, and I'll goop the hell out of them. Stick that down in there. As long as you keep that thing from burning up, you'll never replace that thing. You'll have to replace the plugs and wires but it's just a thing. It's a $25 piece now, and you switch it out, you'll get so many miles out of that thing. And one wire, it, I'm just, I can you put your hands on anything in that, and it shocks the hell out of you.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if you touch a wire, it's because it's got a bad ground, something's going on, and I'm like, I'm done. $65, done. I already got the wires. I just got to gap the plugs open a little further. That's it. That's the only thing you got to do. Well,
Have you
actually,
ever
no.
run the
That's
small ones?
Oh
The
yeah,
smaller diameter
the
ones?
ready to run.
Yeah.
Yep, I
I
have. I've
haven't
had those
tried one of
too.
them. On a
They work
Ford, I
just.
haven't.
The only thing that's bad about these on a Ford is the front distributor.
Yeah.
Like on that Mustang of mine, we got one on it. And we got to run a little bitty air cleaner, or I'm gonna have to get the bullhorn thing, that comes out to the sides. That's the only downside with a Ford because it kind of sits in there a little weird. But I buy the cheapies. I've got a YouTuber that was screaming at me down on Power Tory. What the hell? Because he was looking at my motor, and I said, "Oh yeah, remember you said don't buy the cheap damn HEIs? Right there's one, and I got 4 more at home, and none of them have failed me." Well, if you're looking for performance, oh yeah, if you want to get a good one so you can, match your springs and all your crap, you want to do that, that's fine. This one here, I drop it in, set the timing, one wire there, one to RPM, hit the damn key, and it starts every time. So I only had problem with one, and that's because I put that Excel module in it.
Module in it?
That thing, I've been through 2. None of my other ones have done that, but that one went through 2. Don, there's Wendy.
Darn
I think it is.
windy.
You're dark.
Looks like they're out in the pool.
Yeah.
Looks like they are. I'm doing that tomorrow. I got a pool out here. I told the kids we got my niece and nephew are here too, spending the night. And I said, when we get up in the morning about noon or a little before, we're just going to run out there and jump in the pool. I'm tired of working on cars, honestly. Well, that's a lie. I'm not tired of working on cars. I'm just tired of working on that damn car.
Time to switch to another one.
It's been a failure, and it'll get there. I'm not giving up yet.
Sounds like Irish Outlaw. Yep.
My next project.
Is that BareRose?
Yes, let's do.
Oh, hey, Will. I haven't even been paying attention to the comments, so if anybody said anything, I'm lazy back, and I can't really see everything. I'm just kind of sitting here.
Flashlight off top of the freezer. Yeah.
Was you guys going to try to convoy down or link up? Or is it too far out of the way? I know you Canadians, you guys like to live a long ways apart from each other.
Hell, Canadians, what does it take you about 15 years just to get to the border? All this shit? All those flats?
I remember the last time I was up there. Boy, when you leave Calgary, make sure you got gas because there ain't nothing.
Yeah.
From
I was
what I've
trying to
seen
read.
of it, all of Canada is like the state of Wyoming. Yeah, you plan ahead.
I used to truck across Nebraska. That was
Oh
fun.
Lord.
Hey, look, a tree. Oh, no, there's grassland. 2,500 miles. Oh, look, a tree.
Set the cruise,
Oh,
let
I'm
go of the
on.
wheel, and just
Uh-huh.
let her
Move
go.
the pool, baby.
Drive with your knee, you know.
Nah. That ain't fair to everybody else.
And I am upset I lost my hat.
Oh, there's Don.
Yeah, I'm
This
here.
one's cool though.
This is not what I thought you meant by a beer in the pool.
You read it?
Oh yeah.
Got that?
Cooter's
Got
Garage.
that? Yeah.
Cut out short.
Bought that coming home from Power Tour. I stop there every
Hey.
time we go. I'm down south.
No, you put it back here on the side of the pool. I don't want to advertise this part. Oh, I get my spot.
There he
Yeah,
is.
you got your spot.
Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out my next project, what's his name? Clay? He's got some really cool stuff.
That light's killing me.
Unfortunately, he hit a deer with his duster demon, but he's getting it all
Yikes.
back together. It was beautiful, and yeah, that deer kind of took a little hunk out
Still
of it.
killing you. Yeah, that's all right.
Hey,
Hey,
now,
That's what-
there's man.
what's crack-a-lacking?
How's
What's
it
happening?
going,
Not by you
bud?
can't see us. See? Well, I know.
I figured I'd let you guys get past hard shafts and fireballs. I was waiting for the cooters to come out, so let's rock.
You know, that's terrible that he hit a deer with a nice
Too
looking
bad
car.
there wasn't a magnet up there.
That's why I got garbage when I hit a deer. I just Oh, yeah,
Thump.
more character.
Watching the chat, but get on the camera. Okay.
You got a big cattle pusher on the front of your truck?
On my semi?
Yeah.
No. Deer don't like to hit.
See ya.
Irish, your sound you just got muted.
Uh-oh. I think he lost his mic there again.
His it looks like a button push because he's got the mute mic on his name tag.
Oh yeah, you do.
Errant key pushed, possibly. Yeah, got nothing, Jay.
Cannot unmute your guest. Their mic isn't plugged on. So it's got to be on your end. There you go.
Technology
I'm telling you.
wizards.
It's that kind of day. That is the day I've had. The old lady took Javi for a ride last night. Come back and we was getting ready to go to bed because I had to work this morning, and I hear, "Oh, hey, by the way, there was some green liquid coming out of the dash." What? Heater core went out.
Heater core. And which one?
Yeah.
The
The
Ranchero?
Javelin.
Oh, the
No, the Javelin.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
I'm like lagging, ain't I? I think I am lagging. Give me a minute, I'll come back.
Roger.
Javelin's the same as a... Is that the same as a Matador?
No, I don't think so. They could be, but I don't think so. Not an authority on that, however.
I'm going through my secret stash inventory there. I think maybe.
I have no
There
idea
he
what's
is.
going on. No idea.
Ain't gonna need that heater core for a while though, man. Just
Yeah.
just bypass that son of a bitch.
That's why I had to take Blanche for another cruise today, and I went and got a 5/8 to 3/4, and new power steering hose for Artemis, and I should have just left it there. I ain't gonna be able to get to it for a while, not until I get an oil pan. So I literally had that thing in and out of there twice in 15 minutes, and on the rocks.
How much space you need?
About a half an inch.
You know any solid welders?
No,
just
because
reshape that son bitch.
Yeah, I already got angry and fabricated it too far. Instead of just finessing it with my, my little El Kabong, I got the 3-pounder out and cussed and busted it. And I think I actually put a hole. Yeah, I think I actually put a hole in the pan. I was like, you know what? There goes $80. Pissed off. But I'll just get the right thing, put it in there, and be done. But yeah. But Blanche ran great. Blanche just haul ass. No noise, no nothing, just low oil pressure.
I got the hots for Blanche, man. I'm not a Ford guy necessarily, but I got the hots for her, man. I love that car.
Yeah, it's a little different.
It's got the weathering on it, the side pipes, the wheels. It's just a great looking setup. The color's right. That's a super smoking looking car.
I think I am going to do the take some steel wool or something to a little bit of that rust, kind of break it down.
Put on the wheels?
Just a little, because I don't want it to actually like take off and just rust everything out, So I'll probably get the SOS pads out on it. Just kind of clean them up just a little. I'll leave some of the rust. You got to leave some of the rust.
I mean, it's that car's smoking. Love that thing. You got that thing for a wing and a prayer too, didn't you?
You wanted like $3,000. I got it for $1,500.
Oof, fair deal.
Am I cutting out?
No, you're sounding pretty good now.
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Oh, no, the guy wanted $3,000, and I gave him $1,500 for it, and I had it running for $20 in RTV.
Perfect.
And I could, it's worth a lot. I don't sell my shit at all. I hold on to everything. But it ain't like it's out in the back 40 just rusting away saying, I'm going to get to that someday. I've already got to all these, Because before I started the channel, I already had all the other ones already done. So, I don't know. I might sell my D100 and maybe my Bronco because I don't think I'll ever do anything with them. D100, a buddy of mine wanted it for target practice, but he's the kind of guy though that would put a 2JZ in it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Actually, my neighbor who restores, he's got some sick rides. One of these days, I'm gonna bring my camera down there and just do a video for my channel on his truck that he just got finished. It's a short bed 65 Chevy that it was originally a step side and he put a fleet side on it. Because it just looked better. It just looked better. And it's LS swapped and lowered and bagged and all kinds of stuff. He did it all right out here on his concrete frickin' driveway. He's just a step above me. I do it on the rocks. He does it on the concrete that's unlevel and it's got cracks all over it. But he's a hell of a guy with an LS. But not my thing. I'm more of the old school.
The 58 is probably going to be a winter project now. I just got way too much to do on it to make it to the no names, so it's going to be a Mercury at the no names. I haven't given up on it. I'm just I can't catch that UPS man fast enough.
My winter project's right behind me over here. I got a short deck 454 that she's going to get stroked out. I've never
Which of
built.
Which of the beauties is going to get that?
I don't know yet.
Undecided.
I don't know yet. I might end up putting that in my Malibu. Just because that's
Hey,
like
Mike.
the stepchild of the Malibus, you know, the over under 4i.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody likes them, and it's already built from the front to the back. And I'd love to see if I can't get the front end to come off the ground in that car and drive it every day.
Zero.
You know.
Hell yeah.
Wow,
But
we
I
got
haven't-
timeout royalty. How's it going, Dakota?
I love his avatar, his little logo. It's killer. The well-hatted skull.
What's up, Zero?
No
Yeah,
problem, man.
I told the old lady, she's like, about all that. It's because it's her car, you know. So I'm like, I'm done. I said, F that effing F son of a bitch and F goddamn it's going off. And she's sitting there staring at me. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I was like, you know what would happen if I told you it'll be fine? Calm down.
Them's fighting words.
Oh, yeah. They were serious fighting words. But, nah, I just told her I'm grabbing the computer. I said, BareRose is going live. I'm going to bring it out to the garage, and I'll just be out there drinking beer. Just fine. I'm fine. And then I get out here, and I got like 4 beers left. So,
Did you work all the way through the Christmas stash?
you what?
I said, did you work your way through the Christmas beer stash?
I'm still working on it. That's the Budweiser I got left.
Fucking ho, ho, ho.
Well, if I run out of Budweiser and Bud Light, there's always Coors, but by that time, that's like water. So I just maybe throw some salt or grease in it or something, give it some flavor.
America's banquet beer.
Yeah. Well, it'd be different if it was Coors, but it's Coors Light. I guess I should have said that. So. Yep. That and I got home from work today and I spent the first 3 hours. Well, I went and got parts. And on my way back, I pulled in the driveway, shut the car off, and I heard dogs fighting. And I thought, what the hell? So I ran out and they were underneath one of our buildings. And I finally coaxed one of them out, and he had caught his leg, like his inner, you know, when their leg comes down, like right here on their side. He had caught something on that and ripped about a 6-inch gash out of his skin. It was just wide open. So I spent 2 hours at the damn vet, an emergency. So there went all my parts right out the window.
Yeah, been there, done that. Got a T-shirt and a scarred dog.
These two, I just can't get him to quit fighting. And it's father-son. So,
That's curious.
Yeah. And mom just sits here like, I don't give a shit. Kids fighting. She went after one of the supervisors today. He got too close to the truck when I wasn't in there, and boy, she about jumped out the window at him. Get the hell away from my truck, boy.
No, sir.
What?
That used to be what I did.
Trying to read it. Yeah. I can't drink. I stopped smoking cigarettes 15 years ago, but I still smoke.
We going to do a Will It Run?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Did it come through?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go get her going.
All right.
Rock and roll. What's the short story?
Went to a yard sale today and bought a 65 Rambler Classic 550 for $300.
See, I'm going to the wrong garage
Sweet.
sales.
Then I got to
Okay.
go show Kim where the Dodge Dart GT's sitting that I found for $400.
Holy
Hey, hey,
cow.
hey, hey, hey! This is
Hey,
Idaho.
hey, hey.
We don't talk about Mopar here. Uh, then we got to stick that 460 in it.
Yep.
It's a center sump. I'm pretty sure it'll fit.
We
And
can
if
make
not,
it
I got a
fit.
welder and a plasma cutter. We'll make it fit.
Still fit.
I got about 10 minutes into trying to use my new plasma cutter, and I just kind of threw it to the side and got the grinder wheel back out and started cutting. I can't get it figured out. I'm about as good as that as I am at welding, I guess.
Problems even on
Plasma,
clean
I'd be
metal?
lost without it.
You what?
Problems even on clean metal?
I don't know. I think I just need to like take a course for 2 years and try to figure out how to use it.
Does it have pilot arc? Or is it a
What's that?
scratcher? Is it a
It's a
scratch
scratcher.
arc?
Stretch?
Okay. They're a little harder to get the hang of.
Yeah, I will. I was so frustrated, and I needed to make one little piece for it. It's literally that big and that wide for the end of that transmission cross member. Because I actually got my parts in, but the one end was rusted off, so I had to weld one on there. And I'm gonna make sure that I don't show that on camera. I don't need the laughs. I get laughed at enough for my welding. I did send it to Dalton, and Dalton's like, "Send it." I said I'm going to, but I'm gonna kind of grind it down a little bit and maybe paint it so nobody can really see how bad it looks.
I didn't
But
hear from him. Actually, let me see if he sent any. He should be. Hell, he should be in Texas by now.
he made it.
Did he?
Yep.
Right on. Any hassles or pretty smooth sailing on the way down?
From what I understand, everything went good.
Fantastic. I mean, this is Dalton we're talking about, and I mean he did actually put in some effort and took a handful of precautions.
He
and
did.
I know for him, I mean that was quite a
I was,
knock list.
I was talking to him about that expensive ass radiator he put in there. I said, "What the hell kind of content show are you making here?" And he's like, "Well, Holly, I had to pay for it and all that." I said, "Yeah, whatever." I said, "Don't break down until you're in the middle of friggin' nowhere, or you're not going to get any content. Just at least get out and cut a hose or something."
Yeah, that radiator's worth more than he paid for the car.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Stroke 360? Yeah, no, that's 385, baby.
Although I do think he went about it the right way. I mean, he's taking JD with him.
Oh yeah.
And that's a little different than him just trying to race across to get over there. And, but safety first, I think, if you're going to have a kid with you,
Yeah.
But
But they also need to, figure out what do you do when you are literally on the side of the road,
yeah.
dozens and dozens and dozens plus miles away from a service depot of any kind. What do you do? Work with what you have, and those are good lessons to be learned. Because it looks like if it's just Joe kid of today. The likelihood of them being out on a desert road, middle of the night, in a classic car is pretty slim. JD, he's an interesting little character, man. He loves those old cars, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I know you guys have watched a lot of Dalton stuff too, but he's 11, right? He's got a lot to learn, but he's actually pretty freaking helpful. It's
I
amazing.
told Dalton, I said, I love the looks he gives you when you do something completely moronic. He'll be like, you'll see him look and you see this little shaking of head.
Hey, I tell you what, that is one of the coolest kids. He's got more gumption than you can shake a stick at. We were at the World of Wheels with the Holy Goat, and we had brochures and business cards and decals, and I mean, he systematically hit every single solitary person that if their eyes darted towards that car, he was on them with the story, with decal stickers, pimping the YouTube channel. You just don't see gumption like that in, especially a kid his age. I was sitting back just, wow, look at this stuff, man. He's a cool kid. He really is.
Yeah. That car of his is turning out phenomenal too. I can't wait to see the paint job that they do on it. With tractor paint and all that stuff. And he's doing it all. That's what's amazing. JD's doing it all.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. That just hot tip out there in the world. I work with 4 channels they do a lot of the father-son stuff. People eat that up.
Yeah.
They eat that up. If you got a kid that you can get in your video, go ahead and exploit them, man. Whatever you got to do. I mean, have fun with them and teach them something, but people do. They eat that stuff up. Father-son, father-daughter. And backwards too. An adult with, working with their father.
Yeah.
It's people eat that stuff up. It's amazing.
I get Zeppelin involved as much as I can, but he's still only 7. So I don't, when he's did that spray painting, he was actually going to crawl under the car. I said, don't do that on camera. You'll get my ass arrested. I said, I'll pick you up and I'll put you in there. And I picked him up and he was spray painting. He did the whole thing himself. He spray painted it all. But he wants to work on Blanche. That's his car. He took that car. That is his car. But there's a thing I'm going to do. Another winter thing I'm going to do is there's one of my dad's tractors is still in my stepmom's shop. And it hasn't ran for about, 4 years. Maybe 3 or 4 years. It's that old 9N Ford.
Oh, hell yeah.
4-cylinder. And I'm going to take the cameras and I'm going to get all 3 of my boys over there and we're going to get that thing running in Dad's shop. That is one thing that I want to do. And
you can do a
I told my
separate video
stepmom
on
again last week. She was at one of my shows. I'm going to come over and we're going to fix that Ford, get it running. And I said I'll probably get struck by lightning because I touched Dad's tools and Dad's tractor, but we're going to get it running.
You can do a whole nother video showing them how to operate it. Their heads will explode.
Yeah, all the damn stuff you got to do and the turn and But yeah, that's something I want to do this winter too. Besides building this engine,
That'll be a fun one.
But
What
I think
year
the
is
older
it,
Zeppelin
Nolan?
gets, he'll be like that too.
If that's a 70s on up, that's a 460. That's where the 460 was headed. But they only put them in the big trucks, and that thing is a torque monster. But it's just a 385 that's been, a 460 that's been stroked out.
Yeah. I got the 429 version back here in the corner. The
short
Thunderjet, you remember those?
Yep.
The 429 Thunderjet sitting back here in the corner. Got it given to me at a junkyard right down the road from my house. I said, what do you want for that? And he goes, Jay, just take it. I was like, okay. I thought it was a 460. Then I got it home, and I took the pan off of it, and I went, nope, that's 429. I put the pan back on. I said, that's going in the corner.
What heads are on it? What's the head numbers?
I didn't take the valve covers off.
No, it's not on the valve covers. It's right down below. Right below the exhaust ports. Hopefully
really?
It says DOVE-C.
Let's go find out.
If it says that, brother, you just hit go.
Where would it be?
Should be right in between. It's right in the center on the
Oh,
bottom of the exhaust
D.
ports.
Well, D. Oh no. No. C8VE-E.
Oh, that's the same ones that Two Hack started with.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Thought you had a live one.
Well, thanks for the friggin' letdown. It does have the
Actually,
original
okay,
auto light on it, though. Carb, like the one you rebuilt.
Uh-huh.
It's got the old auto light carb on it.
Cool. Take it to Sykeston, see how far you can throw it.
Well, the thing is I haven't even tried to turn this motor over. I don't want to. That one, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I know it's good. It ran when they pulled it out. What it was, oh, do you like my seat?
Proper.
I've seen a
Old
few
school
of them.
racing seat. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I might find something for it yet.
C8s are
But-
good heads, though, too. Those are
Yeah,
closed chamber,
yeah.
high compression. They're not bad.
I might have to find me something to put that in and take up more of my 2 acres. I've already got about 1.5 acres of cars. But oh, I seen Mr. Will made it over 500 too.
Yeah, he's another
Yep.
one that's crossed over. Good job on that, Mr. Will.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Slant Daily, Mongrel's Garage made it. Mr. Wills made it. And before that was Dutch Guys. That was I don't know, week and a half ago. But
Dutch
yeah,
guys made it? Sweet.
yeah,
I was gonna email Will today, and I was gonna say, you know what you need? You got a lot of nice cars that I'd love to have. They're cars from my childhood. He needs just a rod that he can terrorize, like something that he can tear up. Just find some old 4-door frickin', beater that you can build up, like make them nice as far as the drivetrain, but just kind of like what I got out here. You can just, if you scratch it, you don't get angry at all. You just go, oh crap, Well, now I got to make another scratch on the other side to match it. Kind of like pinstriping.
exactly.
Around here, we called it tree massaging. If you downshift on a dirt road right at the right time and keep them top back tires just a spinning, you can float that car all the way across the asphalt.
Yeah, next up is Heavens Mopar's Dude Mopar, and right behind him, mostly old parts and rust, and JB's little shop.
JB's really been pushing the content out too lately, and
It's got to catch up with him. It's got to catch up with him.
those sharpening shorts, now that he's divided it and he's kind of doing those on the short form, and yeah.
Speaking of shorts, I know you guys have all heard, Dudes or Wrenches and the phenomenal numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, tens of thousands of subscribers. But watch his shorts. Listen to what the guy's doing. He opens up, Dudes with Wrenches here. Branding. Pick up on that. And every single one he puts out, man, there's a nugget in there, a nugget of some sort. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 nuggets, but he's looking through what he has and where he's at, and finds that little tidbit that lesser known kind of stuff, hot tips, that kind of thing. But it's working for him clearly. it can work for damn near anybody. He came up with a little formula, that opening dudes with Mopars here thing and jumping right into a solid nugget every single time. Man, it's magical. Magical.
I've been getting some serious views on my stupid ass that I did those drinks.
Product
Like
reviews.
Oh, I think I took too much. That's great, man.
Yeah. Well, that one was horrible. That was probably the worst tasting energy drink I've ever had. I ran out of seconds or minute. It got close to a minute because I put the phone down and it was like open the window and just all out. I was going down the highway. It's like, God. But my biggest short is the 15-second short of me leaving O'Reilly's in Blanche. All I do is show the snorkel. Whoa, that's it. And
it's the strangest things that'll hit. It, like I told you, my dumbest video I've done is my biggest hit and one. Laying easy off on an engine.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And it was too cold to foam it. I mean, it's lame.
Just keep putting them out there, and I'm guilty too of you get an idea and you think to yourself, and you never even hit record. Just hit record. Just get it. Just put it out there, especially the way that YouTube's pushing shorts these days. Look at the two examples you guys just put out there. It works. Don't be bashful. Hit record.
I've been taking them a little more serious. This last short I did, yeah, that's about the 25th take on that one, trying to get that sucker down to a minute.
Oh, my phone's full of outtakes. I could probably
Lord,
do a whole damn video on outtakes.
That in and of itself may not be a bad idea.
Real. I was thinking about it. I'll have to use some bleeping though.
but that adds to it in most cases.
Yeah.
Beep 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 beep. I mean, people are holy shit. They'll do the swearing for you. It's those recap videos. Dalton's name comes up again. That conglomeration of all the holy goat. That's by far and away his biggest subscriber generator. So there's a lot of guys that have got a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minute snippets over the course of months working on their vehicle. Go back, stitch all those beauties together, kill all the dead space, and put that thing out there as a video standalone. And you might be really pleasantly surprised with what it does.
My surprise today was I put just one little short. I was messing around at the damn rock quarry, and I put music behind it, and it's like one of my favorite songs of all time, Hard as a Rock, by Bullet Boys. And I had a bunch of people, holy shit, I haven't heard this song forever. I'm going to have to get to my Spotify. And I'm going to like, holy crap, I'm not the only guy that likes Bullet Boys? Nice guys, by the way. I've actually. Oh, yeah, I got them up there. I got all my cassettes and shit. But that one and For the Love of Money and Smooth Up In You and all kinds of. That was a great album.
They were a great band.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things. Yeah, they still are. They still play. I partied with them a couple times back in the 90s. They were still playing back then. But, yeah. I actually love doing the shorts over the long ones, obviously. I've got content that I got to finish, but like that one I put out the other night, that's way behind. Because I've already got the motor down in the car, and that's the only thing that sucks is now I'm like, what should I do to put this together? But I'm trying to make them 18 to 30 minutes. you know, instead of long. Like, I'll probably have a long one putting this motor in, obviously, but
That's
I
hard
don't
to
want
do
to
in a
cut it off
minute.
in the middle and go, oh shit, I got to wait for a pan. Yeah.
Hey, and your
Yeah,
shorts, you uploading those real time? I mean, obviously you're doing them right there in the cab of the truck while you're waiting. But are you uploading them from the cab as well, or are you doing that after the fact when you get home, kind of thing?
Oh yeah. I actually have you cut, like when you see me cut when I showed the soft drink, and it cuts back to me, and then it goes back to the. I use my U cut, and I just take it with my phone in the the upright, and then I'll get it done, and I'll watch it, and if I like it, I'll save it, and I'll just go to my YouTube and upload video if
Right
it's
on.
under a minute, and they go right. I mean, when you see that, I uploaded that probably. I finished it and did the video 5 minutes before I uploaded it.
Right on.
It's that quick. But I'm just sitting in the truck bored all day. So I'm like, well, I'll just put out shorts. Can't work on cars, so I'll product review a damn soft drink.
It's all content.
Yeah.
It is.
And even
Hell,
if it's
man.
not what you're, actually doing, as long as your
Yeah.
personality's there, your personality's with your cars too, so it'll transverse.
Start doing
Yeah,
the product. Hit the beef jerky reviews, the meat stick reviews.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
I got one that I haven't. I tried to do one the other day while I was sitting waiting, because sometimes we got to wait for 10 or 15 minutes before we do anything because I'm working construction. And I was just videoing Dixie Lee. Like, I had a little piece of beef jerky, and I put it, and I went, nope, mine. And I pan over to her, and she's sitting there, like, giving me the friggin' stink eye. And I got most of it, but then she'll do something, and I don't know. She's a weird dog. Hey, what are you doing? Like I said, she don't leave my side, and her puppy's at the vet right now, so she's kind of upset. So.
Hey, Hubie's Garage talking about your 80% number. That's better than a lot of channels. A lot of channels are they're in the 90s. Here's one thing that most channels at the tail end of their video, the last 5 or 10% of the video, regardless of the length, that's when they're talking about subscribers. You don't want to do it in the right away. You want to give them the hook. If you're playing an intro, do the intro, but very shortly thereafter find a reason to ask for subscribers there. Primarily, when it's at the end, virtually all those people have bailed out by the time you're talking about subscribing. It's not going to change that number massively, but if you start asking in the first third of your video, you can probably affect that number by 5% over the course of a week. On an individual video basis, not across your whole channel, but you can do the same numbers, but it'll just take a little bit longer.
I didn't realize that it shows you on your studio that you're short how many people were watching that and subscribed, or on your video. I didn't realize that was on there, and I seen it the other day. And my stupid shit got me 5. That first one with the one I about spit out, that got me like 5 subscribers, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so you know what? I'm going to do more of these, and that's why I did the next one.
Are they commenting on it a lot too? Are you popping a lot of comments?
Not really. It's mostly likes, but then they'll subscribe. Like 5 of 800 views, 5 subscribe. Or 1,000 views, or whatever the hell it was. But I didn't know that. It amazed me that I could see it. I was like, holy shit! I got 5 subscribers out of a stupid bang video. And then, of course, I did that thing you guys watched. By the way, thank you all for watching that premiere. That was the first one
Oh,
I've
yeah.
ever done as a premiere. And if you look at the comments, I started getting the pods, you know, the sex with this blah 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 blah, and I'm like blocking them. I was like, well, you got to be kidding me already.
You hit the big time, man.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's what you didn't realize how good you were until, oh man, I'm getting the sex spammers now.
Yeah, those clowns are on it faster than you can shake a stick. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
26-inch tires with 331s. That Oldsmobile, that you're coming in on low numbers. She's giving all she's got at low RPM, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd go 410s on that one. I'd keep them higher. That's what I was banking on with that 58 with the 370s in it. And I was going 14s on the back to run it at Sykeston for that, to keep it at them torque numbers. And I was going to try to beat you out of the hole, but but no, I don't think I'd change the gear ratio on that. At first, go out and test it a bunch of times. Because I'm a Ford guy.
Yeah.
I'm never wrong. I'm just not all right.
You ain't right in the head. You mess with too many Ford. I got plenty of them too. I got a damn 351 Windsor over here I need to finish building.
There is a short on that. I've started to double duty them. I'll do a little short, kind of, okay, this is what my video is going to be about, and then I'll do a long. So there is a short out on that. It's not doing so well. The long one's doing pretty good. It's all hit and miss. I can't explain it.
Yeah, there's a threshold with that Hubie's Garage. Some guys do leave the spam comments up because they do. A comment is a comment is a comment. Some of the smaller channels, as you're growing, they kind of serve you. At a certain point, when you've established yourselves in other areas, you can go ahead and start pulling that kind of jive.
I have mindset. You can't put a link, and that took care of most all of them.
That'll solve most of them.
So did you like my product placement in my last video, Buzz?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I commented something like, "Great ground cloth, man." No puddle's gonna seep through that vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I really like that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I got to drill holes in that yet. There's water standing in it. That was filmed before I got my 500.
Oh, really?
So yeah, that was filmed before. That's how far behind I am on, because I did all that shit with Blanche. That's I wanted to put them out. And, well, I was waiting on parts too.
Hey, having content racked up, that's not a horrible problem to have.
No.
Oh, okay.
Plus, I've still got the Day with Jay and Dixie in my truck that I'm going to put out too. I might do another one now that I'm doing construction. That's a little more interesting than just driving down the road and pulling in a dock. But there's a lot of arguments between me and a dog.
Over the course of a day, I can imagine. Cool dog, though.
Yeah. But no, I don't know what I was thinking. I was walking in the garage to get something, and I looked up because I'll have them here like we're doing this now. Then I got screws on this plank that goes that way that I can swap them if I'm talking that way into the garage. I was like, I ain't got nowhere to put anything out here. I was I'll just throw it through the big ass hole in the floor. Look at there. I'll film it here.
Perfect.
But yeah. Yep. I wish I could get that thing done. I'd really like to drive it like yesterday. So it's because I'll be the one that'll get there and it'll break down while I'm at the track. Something that, you know, what do they call it? The check run, to make sure everything
Yeah.
works. And I don't know. I think it's probably going to come down to the week before. I've actually turned down 3 shows the 2 weekends before No Name Nationals because I told the guys I play with, I said, no, I'm not playing because those are my last 2 weekends, and I'm going to make sure that I have those freaking weekends, a Saturday and Sunday, free. That way I can finish these cars and get them ready.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, and speaking of Sykeston, if anybody's going to be hoteling it, oh, take it from me, man. Book that stuff now. I tried on 3 of them, and as I was putting in my credit card numbers and all that, they were gone, and I'd have to switch to the next one. That town is filling up.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel like Aaliyah. I got like a freaking entourage coming with me. A couple of them's going to be driving the cars. Amber will be driving one. I don't know if my stepson's coming or not. I was going to have him drive one. A buddy of mine that helps me with my sound engineering stuff, he's going to drive one. Or he may, if depending on the plate, stuff for Artemis, he may be trailer queened, and then my dually's going to be hauling. I got a 33-foot fifth wheel camper, and I'm bringing that sucker down there, and we're all
There you
just
go.
going to crash in it.
There you go.
Because it's a lot of cars, and I don't want them at the hotel. And because on Power
Safer
Tour,
at the
I
track.
was out the freaking window every 5 minutes. I'd wake up and have to look out the window. Make sure
Yeah, that was a chat the other night. What was that on? Was that on Wilburn's last one, possibly? But the cars will be safer at the track for sure because there's going to be
Yeah.
people there throughout. I ended up actually getting one of the pickup the bed tent. You pitch the tent right there in the bed of the truck, kind of thing. Looking forward to that. I've wanted to have one of those for a long, long time, and I thought this is my excuse to get one.
That's actually pretty neat.
Yeah, it's slick, and it's got these little wings that kind of go over the bed sides. So if it rains, I'm not expecting rain necessarily, but going to use this thing elsewhere. But that way you're not sleeping in a puddle type of thing. They're really well thought out, really, really well thought out. And you pop the pads under the tent itself. They're pretty slick. And you can also get them based on the bed size or the bed size plus the tailgate down. If you want more space, they're pretty slick. Pretty slick.
And I am going to be renting out the trunk of that Mercury too for an Airbnb. Anybody's interested?
Family of 5.
I never thought about that. I could get 10 or 12 people in the back of Artemis.
There you go.
Lay them seats down. I got a blow up, one of them really nice blow up mattresses. We'll throw that back there.
Hell
Still got
yeah.
headroom for a ceiling fan and.
A gallon
Yep.
of gas a night. That's all I ask.
There you go.
Well, so it's just like staying in a hotel, about $120.
You can even put your disco ball up in the front and have a big party in there.
I still got it right here. It's right next to me if I ever need to hold it up. I ran into a guy that was one of the only AMCs on Power Tour. He had a can't remember what year it was, but it was a Hornet. And it was the Hornet with the original tent that comes over the top of the car. It like starts at the trunk or like the whatever you call it, the hatch, and it comes up over and you got like compartments and stuff in it. It's hard to explain. I've never seen one before. And he goes, "Oh yeah, that was original to that car. It was an option."
That's super cool.
Okay. He's got he don't have YouTube though. He's got an Instagram thing that he does, but he goes all over the country with this thing. He lives up in Yorkville, Illinois. It's up by Aurora. But he goes all over the country. He goes up in the mountains with this car. He goes everywhere. Just an old 70s damn, AMC.
Hell
I
yeah.
can't remember what the hell the name of his channel is.
I remember
I should
the
know.
Studebaker Sportsman wagon. It was like a Lark wagon that the whole top of the car would fold up inside of itself, and then you could have a tent up there. And yeah, it was cool.
I'm sure I could find that.
Yeah, the Daytona Lark Wagonaire.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, mid 60s. Yeah, where that top slides in.
like the whole roof just kind
Yeah.
of accordioned in, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was neat. And I think the interior was in like flannel, like red and black flannel, and
Studebaker, they've everything they made was cool. I thought. I'm a big time Studebaker fan.
Let's say
I need to
guy-
get on mine.
a guy that I've known my entire life that actually this D100 Dodge pickup I have was his. He held the land speed record with a Studebaker Avanti. Right up, he just lived like maybe 2 miles that way. He had a little electric shop, and that was his old pickup that I have.
No kidding.
Yep. Yeah, Jim Lang was his name. He had to retire the number because nobody could beat him in a Studebaker Avanti.
Wow.
This was just 2016 or 2019. He retired it, but he built that car right up the street here.
No kidding.
There for
He's
a long time.
Super
They
nice
were the
guy.
world's fastest production car.
World's fastest production. Yeah,
Yeah.
that and
4-passenger car.
Yep. Supercharged, weren't they? Right
Yeah.
off the back. Yeah. Of course, this one had some things done to it. But, yeah, he's a super nice guy. Wish I could find that. I don't remember what.
Oh, Wild Rose has even got a lead on one already.
Hody do, $3,500 a fair deal if it's not rotten.
If it's anything like Stubby was, I'd jump on that thing.
No doubt. Stubby's a pretty stout ride. Great shape.
That they are.
Amen. The M5s were super, super cool. The R series is they're the ones I really like. There's 49 to 53, I think. Man, that windshield laid back. You chopping those trucks is almost a crime because they looked, that raked
They
back
already
windshield looked so badass from the factory. The grills were kind of ugly on those trucks, but
What'd they call those? A cheese grater grill or something like that?
yeah, but the shape of the rear fenders makes up for that. If I had a woman with an ass the shape of those fenders, man, boom.
And the way
Yeah.
the bed just kind of molded, and then
Yeah.
the fenders just kind of stuck out. And
They
you
were
can move those fenders a little bit to adjust for whatever wheelbase. Oh
Yep.
man, they're just
They're so smart. It's the back side of the dash wide open.
Sure.
So you can get to all the gauges, all that jive. You can see the back side of the glove box, but the rest of it, when you pop the hood, you're looking at the back side of the dashboard. Really pretty cool. Of course, the last truck I did, I took a spare tailgate and took the Studebaker letters and made a cover for that, which looked pretty slick. But yeah, I love those trucks.
you still have that truck, right?
I do not still have
Oh.
that truck.
Oh,
Please don't make me tell the story.
I-
But I found her. The replacement has it's acquired. It's in Kansas. I just got to make a road trip and get it. Essentially same truck, 49 2R5, long bed. I'll end up cutting it down to a short bed, shorter than a short bed actually. The one I had was actually basically it was based on a second gen Camaro, 77 Camaro. 108-inch wheelbase. Used the front clip out of the Camaro in its entirety, and the rear end. Basically built the thing, put subframe connectors on. Pulled the subframes, then put subframe connectors on there to essentially get everything spaced and all that. Then built a chassis around it, just using a couple of junkyard S10 frame rails. Worked out great. That thing was like driving a go-kart. And it was well under 2,000 pounds too. I mean, it was in and around the 1,850 pounds. What a bunch of fun!
I love those little S10 chassis. They are so easy.
They are so easy.
You can make almost anything fit on them, especially the four-wheel drives. All you
Yep.
do is take that front diff out, and bang, you're a two-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Torsion, bar front end, you can set that front end wherever you want to set it. Your ride height's easy.
Yeah.
That's why I got a bunch of them in the backyard over there.
They're good to have around.
If anybody wants sheet metal for a square body S10, just look me up. Just come and get it.
Got plenty.
Damn it, I had it. It's Adventures Made Classy. It's Jake Thomas is the kid's name. And it's, I had the pic. There it is. I'll try it if you guys can see this. This is original to this car. This is neat.
Oh, look at that. That's
See the
pretty cool.
AMC sign on it?
Showing off.
There it goes.
That's pretty slick.
And it's like the coolest thing. I ran into him in Nashville. I said, "Where are you staying at?" "In the car." "What?" And Austin from Lucor Racing was standing there, and he goes, "Yeah, man, you ain't seen this?" And he opened up the hatch, and it had all this thing that popped out. I was like, "Wow,
That's cool.
AMC was thinking back then. That's neat."
Yeah, it's so cool. That's OEM.
But yeah,
Amazing.
but he drives that car all over the country. He literally takes it everywhere, and I just thought that was amazing. A lot of
That's
people wouldn't
super
do
cool.
that with an AMC. They all thought I was nuts in my Javelin.
Oh, I moved them all.
Ruh-roh.
I'll find the phone
Oh,
number
yeah.
for you. But if you're looking for any Studebaker truck parts stuff, I'll give you the number for Walt's Yard out at the Tyhee Yard here in Idaho. He's got, I think, 6 of them out there.
Right on. Hey, the one I found, it literally complete. Down to all the trim, all the lights, all the knobs are there. Absolutely complete truck, thankfully.
Well,
Yeah. All I need to, man, missed a Dodge RT, Dakota RT. Man, it was on Marketplace for $2,000. $2,000. Started making the drive. The guy called me and said it was gone. I said, "You jackass." Because that's what I want to end up doing with that Studebaker's, putting it on top of a Dakota RT.
Landon knows Walt really well. He's got a 40, I think it's a 40 Studebaker tow truck that's out there that's complete.
Nice.
Uh,
The only thing it's missing is the rubber for the old bumper lift. It's all rotted away.
The rubber for what?
The lift. It's an old tow truck.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, man, you used a conveyor belt.
Yeah.
That'd be
If you've ever
cool.
been on hams and everybody starts talking about classic junkyards, that yard always pops up in
Yeah.
hams. Every one. I got to get back out there, and I still got 3 cars out there I got to bring home.
I got a phone call about 2 that I owned yesterday. You need to come get these damn things. Oh, where the hell am I going to put them? Guess I'll drive them home. Well, one of them I can drive home. The other one I probably can't. The one of them I can tell you, I got a 73 Cutlass 4-door, one owner, 350 Rocket, automatic, white interior, yellow exterior. And I couldn't pass it up. I was just like, it literally, you know, the old story, oh, this old lady owned it. It was one owner, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this one actually is one owner. She bought it brand new in 73 with her husband, and she drove it until she died 10 years ago. And they put it in my buddy's, a junkyard that I've known my whole life. And he's held on to it. Of course, it's sitting out in the weeds, so it's got rust. But he wouldn't let anybody cut anything off of it because it was too nice a car. It didn't have a scratch on it when he parked it there.
Wow. Nice.
So I still got to run over and grab that. I should have got that from my burnout car. That would have been fun.
There you go.
Big old frickin' boat.
Looks like your gears are turning on that S10 Pitman arm, Kim.
Yeah. You got the power one, right? You've got the power Pitman arm? And it's too short? I'm trying to think. Not only that, you'll have to change your rag joint too. I think if it's the power one or the manual one that's too short, put the power one on it, but you got to reclock it. To do that, you got to take the cutoff wheel and, you know, the one that's missing in there, you got to take and cut one of the teeth off and reclock your Pitman arm, stick it on there. Because I think the manual and the power are different. I got to think backwards because usually I go the other way.
Walt's got an Auburn out there, huh? Says Landon's Custom Classics or Landon.
Uh-huh.
See that?
You do need that.
That Doug Narden. You got a 68 455 Tornado. That motor right there is the absolute best 455 Olds motor. The ones that come out of the Tornadoes. They got the most horsepower, the best everything.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. If
yeah.
you got one of them, those are kind of getting rare because, I mean, they kind of rusted away. So if you got one that's good, man, that's a great car. I wouldn't touch it. I just leave it the way it is and drive it.
Yeah. Yeah, those late
They are
60s
kind of weird though to
Tornadoes
look over
and
the hood
Eldorados.
because that hood, man, that sucker.
That's
It's like
Gotta-
looking over a mountaintop, man.
It's in another zip code. Yeah, those late 60s
Yeah.
Coronados and Eldorados are just killer automobiles. Back when automobiles were automobiles.
Style. They
Yeah.
had style.
Oops.
Yeah, I had a 71 Eldorado. White car, red leather interior, a Joe Pimp.
We'll catch you later, Mr. Will. Congratulations again on the 500,
See you, Will.
man.
Yeah, Will, be good now.
I had my family gave me all
Good
my
seeing you,
mom
man.
and
Oh,
mom and dad's shit. Go ahead. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, were you
no,
saying goodbye to
that's
Unfinished Project?
Oh man.
oh.
We'll see you.
Hey, Unfinished, before you scoot, man, did they credit you with 500? Or did Tall Garage get that? Or did they get that sorted out? That's who was Slant Daily Garage's 500th subscriber. Um,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's either Unfinished Project or Tall Garage.
Unfinished won another one?
Can you believe it? The guy is amazing. Yeah, I'd be dangerous if I had that guy. It's not all luck. I mean, it is a little skill with that guy, I think. But yeah, it's always fun watching Big Mike do his Unfinished Project giveaways.
They were the same as everything else?
Right.
I don't know much about them, the
They just
Tornadoes.
was something made them have. I read about it at one time. They said they're exactly the same engine, but there's something about them. I don't know. But
I
my
know they're a
understanding is
nightmare to
that
do
was the best
transmission
one.
work on.
Nope, ain't doing it.
Hey, Sam.
And they are different than the Cadillac, aren't they? The transmissions in them.
uh, no, should be the same.
It should be the same. I don't know the late 60s as well as I know the early 70s stuff, but I think they were the same. Absolute sister cars. Hey, Mopar Man.
Should just be a turbo 400, but that whatever the hell design they call it, where it's
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of the first front wheel drive cars, V8 front wheel drive cars.
Yeah.
Night Punisher.
Night Punisher, be good, man.
Hey, White Trash. You got some nice tail lights, I'll tell you what. I can almost start to see them again. Good job, man. Real good job. I knew that AC install in that pickup of yours. I knew that was going to just explode. Heck, I even shared it for you.
Hey, man, give me 1 minute.
Sure.
Oh, so they faked it, is what you're saying? Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I couldn't remember because I actually had to help build one of them damn things in the transmission shop I was in. I just couldn't remember the number. 425. I hate transmissions. I'll never build another one.
I had a 81, 82 Cadillac Seville, the old slant back ones, with the 350, there's the 350 diesel in it, but I was thinking about making that a pusher. at one time.
Yeah.
Then, actually, that's what I traded for that Ranchero that, yeah, I'm going to give away now.
My damn 455's got E heads on it. They're still good heads, but the C's, those there's the ones everybody wants. On them 455 olds is. I said I don't go for performance no more. I go for reliability and just smooth running.
Drivers.
Little bit of a cam, we're good.
Cam it more for sound and everything. Just
Pretty
cruise
much.
and drive.
Yep.
That's all I do.
Yeah. Can I build something? Yeah, I can. I've done it in the past, but this is more of a I'm just building shit for me and the family to enjoy, or my friends if they want to take everything. I say the only one nobody's allowed to drive but me is the Cutlass. That's my baby. Nobody touches it. Any of my friends, they want to, like I said, I'm bringing an entourage there. I'm going to have people driving these cars, however many I decide to take. And, I want people to enjoy them. Oh, the 80 Tornado.
They were gonna fake the moon landing, but they had Stanley Kubrick do it, and he wanted to film on location.
Wonder if I've got this thing. Hold on a second.
He always breaks out some good stuff.
Well, I was sitting here and I was like, you know what? I never have shown that. So since BareRose is building a 455, and if nobody's ever touched a 455, let me show you what the difference between a 455 and every other goddamn engine on the world in the blocks are. There's the bottom of the intake. They're monstrous.
No doubt.
Of
Huge.
course, 14 inches across.
Wow.
But let me show you what the top looks like of this one. But
Single?
yeah, it's a single
Wow.
for now. But this thing's aluminum and it's heavy as hell. They're monsters, man. I mean, you got to figure that's a lot of space. You can still get the tops to these, by the way. You can order them through Summit. Offenhauser will make them. They're about $250. So I'll probably go ahead and buy the dual. But this is a power port 360 turbo thrust or whatever they call them. But it's not as heavy as the original intake, but it's freaking heavy. This thing will absolutely nothing for this motor. It'll just look cool sticking out of the hood. That's all that matters.
That's half the battle. That's half. Come on.
I'm gonna have to run a damn vacuum pump for the brakes, because tunnel ram. But I think I bought this to some guy. He didn't even know what he had. I paid $125 for this.
Wow.
They sell for like $800, $900, like all day long.
Have you got power steering on it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, go hydro. Then you don't have to do any of that.
I've got that. My car's an air conditioning car too. It's originally a 350 2-barrel air conditioned automatic with a bench seat and the old console shift. But it was strange because it has the rallies. I've got the original rallies that match the car. But it has the old school one mirror side. It don't have the sport mirror. It was a weird. Whoever the hell ordered this thing, just back then, $12 for sport mirrors. Oh no, we ain't gonna have any of that. But we'll have one mirror, that way we can back into everything over here. But
Is it a spread bore?
no, the Rochester. Oh, this
Yeah.
no, actually, I have an adapter. This one's built for the big dog. It's built for the big Holly. What's the number? The big Dominator.
Yeah.
That's what this is built for. I've got the adapter that I can adapt it down, but I'm actually, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and order the dual before I put it on. Put a couple small Hollies on it. But damn, that thing's dirty. It's been sitting in here for 3 years. Yeah.
We got an
I hope.
old barrel plenum metal block for a small block Chevy tunnel ramp. Yeah, and it's got
Really?
about 30 years of dirt on it now too.
That's cool.
That was the first thing my dad bought when he got home from Vietnam. That and a 55 Chevy.
Damn, I got stuff all over me now.
And
Hey,
that
Dizzy.
was one fun car.
Hey, Dizzy Izzy. Man, I just noticed you renamed your channel. Go back and edit it one more time and take the spaces out. Although I don't think those hashtags in your channel name is going to show you much love, but if it does, you need to pull those spaces out. Between the hashtag and the no and each of the words, and then the space between angry and vagrant. Just notice that.
That's so it'll grab it easier.
Yeah. I got to do a little homework and see if a hashtag in the channel name is going to do anything for you. I don't think it's not gonna hurt. But if you are gonna get any love, you got to get those spaces out of there. Keep the. Tell you what. Let me do a little homework on that, Dizzy, and man, I'll send you an email.
Be right back.
No worries, man.
Oh, Eddie, I know.
Oh boy.
There was
Cats.
somebody else that changed their name too, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was the Wrench. He changed
Yep.
his name to First Responder Garage. Which there was, you search the Wrench, and I mean all kinds of crazy shit comes up. Plus just a bunch of other channels that were named the Wrench. But First Responder Garage comes up. Nothing. There's some other first response, other things, but yeah, good name choice, and especially for what he does. I guess he's like a multi-first responder. I think. I think he's a fireman, paramedic, or a couple of different disciplines, I guess.
Damn.
Yeah. He clearly a pretty sharp dude. He knows his stuff, and he works on virtually anything with a piston, for Christ's sake. I mean, small engine, big engine, blown engine. He's had all kinds of stuff on his bench. Amazing. Yeah, sharp cat for sure. Actually, I made him a logo today. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet.
Hey, I like these live streams too because otherwise I'd be sitting in the house just watching the TV.
Yeah, the wife's in there watching Gilmore Girls.
Oh, boy.
My God.
Wait a second, you're missing Gilmore Girls.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, I was addicted to that show. I watched that show from the first day I saw it until they did the rehash on Netflix. They did a few. Watched them all.
That shit was funny. Good stuff.
I thought it was great.
Hey, Buff's a paramedic also. Look at there.
Yeah.
See, you feel safer at the event already, huh?
And we got an ambulance.
And we got an ambulance.
All bases covered. All
Probably the
bases
only thing that's
covered.
going to be in there is whiskey to put you down. That's about it.
Hey,
And
worked in the old days.
It doubles as a hearse too, so.
Yeah. Coroner's car. We can get you all the way. We can just take care of it all.
Kim, did you
Uh,
say did you get yourself a room booked? Finally?
yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I
And,
tried to get at the pear tree, but I'm across the street from it.
how far is that from the track out of curiosity? No, it can't be too
Uh,
far.
4.5 miles.
Oh, that's nothing.
It's right where you take off of the freeway. It's
Gotcha.
boom right there. The restaurant everybody's talking to is just down the street. It looks like everything is right there.
Right on.
Yeah, I've been to
And
that place a few times.
I guess the town is called Minor or something like that, actually. I guess it's like a suburb or something of. But yeah, there's a bunch of hotels all the way around and everything there. But they're filling fast, real fast.
I heard the same thing.
Hey, Travis.
Hey, what do you know?
How's it going, guys?
Just shitting in high cotton, brother.
Those diesel olds, the blocks are extremely strong.
Yep. The
Which means they're
DX300.
probably extremely heavy.
Yeah.
And they blow head gaskets like no tomorrow. It's a gas block that they tried to make diesel. So it got a bad reputation. A lot of guys would take them down, convert them back to gas, and I guess they were doing pretty cool stuff with them, but that was way too high pocket for me. So I traded it for a Ranchero that I'm going to give away.
What's happening, Travis?
Oh, not much. I've been trying to work on Mighty Mouse all day. It ran pretty good
Right
last
on.
night, but I talked to BareRose today. I talked to Jason today, and I talked to Dominic today, and I put a question in on Uncle Tony's. And Uncle Tony and my car builder Dominic both think that there's probably a metering block that's
The
warped
meter.
on the carburetor. So I'm gonna have to take it apart tomorrow and
Straight edge it.
straighten it.
Yeah.
Yep. And if it is, I'm just gonna apologize to Dominic and ship him the carburetor. Because he told me, he says, you wouldn't be having those problems if you would have bought a carburetor from me. Well, I was trying to just throw it together and get it going. So
That carburetor that I got sitting right over there that was on that Pontiac, I've had it on 2 other cars because it came from the factory with warped metering blocks. I've had
wow.
2 Harleys, 2 of them done that to me.
Dang. Yeah,
That's
because
the
I can't
reason.
get it to idle right.
That's the reason there's an Edelbrock on that Javelin. Because I just got sick of messing with it. I
Yeah.
called Holly on it and they wouldn't help me, and I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna put something else. And I put that Edelbrock on there to have any trouble, but then I did exactly what you're saying with this one. I got back here, I just got some I actually got a mirror that I got here that I put some valve grinding compound on, and you just run it like you would if you were rebuilding a oil pump. You know, you just keep it smooth and get it on there till you got you feel you got it good and flat, and clean it out.
Yeah, we done
I mean, that's what I
similar
did
things.
anyway.
Similar things, man. Take some 77 spray, glue some wet or dry paper to, in our case, with a cast iron table saw top.
Yep.
Guaranteed. Double check it, of course, but
Right.
it'll get it done.
I've actually been looking into a wide belt sander for that. Just one with very, you can turn the
Are you
speed
gonna
way
be
down
Turn
on.
it down.
you gonna be able to get high enough grit paper though?
I
Out of
just run her light and just work it real slow.
Yeah.
I've had so much problem with spacers lately that, yeah. Did you
What's
guys
that?
see Jed's video on that on those two brand new Hollies that he got for his tunnel ram at
Yes,
Scott's? Yeah,
Uh-uh.
that's
that was
new Holly stuff.
that was a pretty interesting vid. I did catch that.
Was it? I'll have to go look at that video. But was he having?
Choo, 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 choo,
Ish.
choo, choo. Warped.
Really?
Bad.
Yeah, and the story, he ordered them both at the same time or something like
Yeah.
that, didn't he? And yeah, they're both tweaked in slightly different ways.
Wow.
They were both tweaked in the same way. I think that, okay, not okay, but it a little bit more understandable. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting demonstration of quality control. That's for damn sure.
Well, I mean, it's kind of
I got
shitty
hit
because
on
I
one.
bought that. I got that XP carburetor, which is supposed to be their higher end carburetor. And paid a pretty penny for it. It should be right.
Yeah,
I got a chunk of
it's a
glass.
brave new world, man.
I
set
know,
all of
I
them
know.
on. Especially spacers.
can't-
Good Lord. And you know what? Mr. Gasket ones are actually coming out the best.
Well, that's the only
those are
ones I
usually the
use.
worst.
They're the cheapest.
Well, as
they're
long
not
as you
the
can
cheapest, but
keep it from blowing out where the wording is, they put it right in the middle of the damn.
the last two I've got don't have that.
Yeah, see, these last couple I got, they do. And I was trying not to. Like, this is the converter one.
Uh-huh.
See how they have that shit? Look how
Right.
thin that is.
Yeah, that's sucky.
So that would always blow out.
No bueno.
And
Well, you could always get some solder and fill in there and then smooth it out if you wanted to. Cover up that.
always use JB
Take a
Weld.
screwdriver
Oh,
and
yeah.
jar it up, and then pack it full of JB, let it dry, and then
Sand it
sand
down,
it
yeah.
off.
Make it nice and flat.
You know, it's crazy. I was talking to somebody about the Holly stuff, and other than a few channels, you do not see them push their carburation anymore. It's always the fuel injection,
EFI.
and that's fine. But it seems to me, I've been a Holly guy since we're talking years, okay? And I never had a problem with them. It wasn't until in the last 4 or 5 years, it seems like their quality control on their carburation has went to,
Well, ever since
and they
their
just kind
stock
of,
went
I don't know.
public,
I'm almost, I'm having all kinds of trouble with the needle and seats. Constantly, fuel gets over the top of the damn O-ring and gets down into the carburetor. I have to change them things more than I ever have. And maybe the fuel.
What did you say, Kim? Ever since what?
Ever since their stock went public,
Ah,
now they're pushing what works, and I was always heavy hitting for them.
Yeah, well, I
It's
mean,
fine if you're
I can
looking for
see them.
fuel injection. I'm not.
Yeah, I figure they're just trying to push fuel injection, get carburetors out of the mix. But I've tried some of
Edelbrock's
those.
doing it the other way. Edelbrock's bread and butter is the carburetor, so they're pushing their technology towards that. And if you notice now, Edelbrock's got a Holly knockoff.
Do they?
Yeah, and it's made in the USA. Supposedly,
Well, you can buy parts from anywhere in the world, put it together, and it was made in the USA.
yeah. Aren't the castings coming from China or something like that, though?
That's what I'm saying, Buzz.
Yeah.
or Mexico,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, you get all the parts from whoever and wherever, and as long as you assemble it in a plant in the U.S., it's made in the USA.
I think there was a bill. If it's, I don't know, separating the two. If it's assembled, you got to say assembled. If it's actually manufactured, you can then say the made in.
Right.
But they're trying to distinct that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was on Power Tour, and the Elderbrock had a big thing, and I'll tell you what, they even had like an open house in Mississippi while we were in Memphis. I didn't get to make it to that, but a friend of mine did, and he said some of the shit that they're coming up with that nobody knows about because they don't push it, and it ain't because they don't want to. It's because right now they are begging for them. They're begging them. They don't have the manpower to continue putting this stuff out as fast as they need it to put out. Because if
Mm.
everybody finds out about it and they order all this shit, well, then we're already on a back order with tons of shit sitting off the coast in California. Well, evidently they said we just don't have the manpower to keep up with the demand once people get it. Because I'll tell you what, there was stuff in their booth that was phenomenal. There was fuel injection stuff, some of the new carb stuff, and BareRose is right. They got one that's a Holly style. And then they had all their intakes still. I mean, they're talking. I
Uh-oh,
asked that guy in that
frozen.
booth. I said, "How do you?" Yeah, it froze. I asked the guy in the booth. I said, "Man, I don't see any, YouTube this, YouTube that." I said, "I got a YouTube channel. Why don't I see Edelbrock other than people buying shit used and it's already on the car?" And he goes, "We don't have the manpower to put out the stuff." He said the same exact stuff that the buddy of mine that went to their open house. And I was like, "Man, that is too bad," because I'm just being honest when I say that I'm not real happy with Holly in my last few years. I'm just not. And I'm just a carburetor guy. Who the hell am I? But their fuel injection shit's awesome. But I'm a carb guy. So, and I ain't had one problem with that Edelbrock on that Javelin. That thing went 2,000 miles. I didn't touch it. But one time I adjust the idle set screws when I got up higher elevation. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Around here, everybody runs either old Carter AFBs or
Yeah.
Edelbrocks. Because out here, we got serious mountain passes and everything around me. Big time serious ones. A Holly, every time you pick the nose up, every time you tip the nose down, they just flood out. So around here, people don't. Holly's not real big, not very popular here, unless it's only on the flat ground.
Hmm.
Racers and that use them because they're just on the strip, but
Yep.
drivers,
Flat.
not a lot.
Yeah.
No thermoquads?
I'm going to take
Thermoquads
one to throw it.
Talk about warping.
uh,
That's just
and
this little plastic. You can just grind it down.
scraping the gasket off and then thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wild Rose is right. Elderbrock stole the Carter AFB, and now they stole the Holly design. Hey, if they're not going to keep up, we'll take it. That's kind of where they're going to let them. They're going to let them go to shit. We'll keep them making them good.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Summit's version of the Holly. Summit has that version of the Holly.
Yeah.
What the hell was that
Hey,
number?
Piggy. Good to see you, man.
Made them for years, but
But yeah, for just a driver, and I love that AVS too. That thing is just phenomenal.
yeah.
Well, I mean, if it comes down to where that's just a bad setup on the carburetor, that's gonna really kick me out because I've been chasing my tail on Mighty Mouse for what 2 months now, trying to get it run right. So,
Up here where I'm at, like I said, I'm over 6,000 square feet. I'm way up high. But yeah, that's pretty good sized carburetor for a 302 up here. We usually run 650 top,
Yeah.
unless it's
Jason said
down.
he ran. Right. He said he ran 750s, and Dominic said that shouldn't be too big of a carburetor for that. He said just check the straightness on it, make sure, get some carb cleaner and spray around it and stuff like that, and see if spray actually the carburetor itself, because I sprayed the intake and underneath the carb and stuff. I said spray the carburetor itself and see if it's leaking anywhere. 'Cause that's what it sounds like. So that's gonna be real shitty.
I got a carburetor calculator on my website, and it always kind of trips me out, the reaction. There are so many people out there with oversized carburetors on their cars. Ah, shit, 750, 850, bigger's better. Not always.
Yeah, you'd think everything that
I don't realize what all goes with that.
Yeah.
you'd think everything on Engine Masters, they can run everything on 850s, dual 850s. Like it's a small block. What are you doing? But for some reason, the things just run, especially when they put the salad bowl on it.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, I'm on my 408 to run a 850-ish. It's closer to 9, but I got the cam and the heads and everything to go with it. It likes that big carburetor. But like a regular old 360, I probably wouldn't put 650 on it.
Stock heads, just a little bit of a cam.
Yeah.
You can
Right.
overcarburate that in a hurry.
Quickly.
Man, you've been putting out some pretty cool vids lately, Travis.
My little Windsor's got
Some of the talk from
thinking about
the
the
driver's
351.
seat.
Yeah.
Those covering some cool bases and nice to see. Good stuff. I've been kind of really enjoying those actually.
I appreciate that, Buzz. I was just kind of thinking, the whole thing with the, like BareRose came out with the video about the brakes, and Uncle Tony came out talking about the Mercury crash. So
Yeah.
and nobody was really talking about the throttle sticking, so that's why I decided to zone in on that throttle sticking.
Yeah.
It was perfect timing,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. The Mercury story is still going batshit. I mean, I've got the curated version of that on my site with the responses from both Tony and DD Speed Shop, and it's just taking still a ton of traffic.
Right. Well, like I said in the video, my takeaway was if you get in a car that has belts, use them.
Yeah.
Use them.
Even though I'm guilty of it sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. I learned that lesson early. I put a gear into a guardrail and rearranged the dash with my face.
Oh.
Yeah. Solved that problem real quick. But, I'll take a guard off of everything. Table saw, grinders, all that.
Right.
I don't got a guard on anything, but I've also cut fingers off too. It's you learn and adopt a whole new appreciation for machinery once it takes part of you.
Yeah, it's kind of like that shop teacher you had. Now don't do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I did my thumb, man. See?
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's pretty
That's
handy
one you
though.
kind of need.
Yeah, it's good though, man. For hitchhiking, long trip, short trip, It's great for fun in bars and stuff. Do this bit. You know how many kids I've cured of thumb sucking? I'm
See what
telling
happens? Yeah. Yeah, see what happens,
you.
man?
This trick, Come on, it's a bunch of fun. I cut that out. I was actually a teenager when I did that.
I haven't
Was
done
that
anything like
table
that.
saw or
Table saw.
table saw?
Yeah.
Hold on a second, guys.
Happens quick.
The only thing that I've had an accident like that is I was holding taking the drive shaft out, and I had my finger on the U joint, and it popped out. It broke,
Broke a little bit.
it snapped that, and I didn't even go to the hospital. I just got me a damn popsicle out of the freezer, ate it, and then stuck it on there and taped it up. Kind of cracked it back into place.
Yeah. That's why I married a nurse, man. Smartest thing I ever did. She always, we got a full kit here at the house, and she's sewn me up more times than you can shake a stick at. I mean, I haven't cut any, any other things off, but I've put some pretty good slices into me.
Hey, you talking about the popsicle stick? When I was 12 or 13, I fell out of a tree. We were building a tree house, like you do. I fell out of the tree and broke all the ribs on my right side. Went home and showed my dad and told him, and he's like, all right, he went and got a big pillowcase, wrapped it around me and duct taped it. Says, you'll be fine.
Ribs are hard, man. Ribs
Oh,
are, yeah, no fun.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Takes 6 weeks to breathe again. Yep.
Oh, yeah,
I know
big
that
time.
very well.
At least.
Had a horse jump up and cow kick me right there.
Ooh.
Knocked me all the way across the pasture. Yeah, 6 weeks later I could breathe again.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, ribs are a bitch.
I've had I actually, when I was 13, I was just talking to a buddy of mine about this today. I wrecked a 3-wheeler. Gonna age myself. I was going up a hill and rolled backwards, and I cut both major arteries in my neck. And right here on you can't see it because of my beard, but I got a huge scar here. Goes all the way up to my chin. My whole chin got ripped up.
Nice.
And I had a Joker smile. The helmet did that. Came up, and I've got all the pictures of it and stuff. I was legally dead for 4 minutes.
Wow.
Because I lost so much blood. Broke a rib, punctured a lung, and I had to sit in the hospital for it was almost 2 months with my legs above my head to keep the blood rushing. So I had one little, vein going like from my lip down to here. I've had 16 surgeries and all kinds of shit. And you know what I did once Mom and Dad were gone and all my stitches were out? I went out and hopped on that 3-wheeler, pissed off, went across town, went up that freaking hill. I was like, you son of a bitch. I had a 200X Honda is what I was racing. And then I moved up to like Suzuki. I had a Quadzilla, Suzuki 500. The things were just retarded fast. And then I got a Banshee when they came out, and that one scared the hell out of me, so I quit. I was done. 114 mile an hour. I was like, nope, I don't need that on a 4-wheeler.
Yeah. Wild Rose nailed it.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you can't see it with my beard and stuff, but when you see me in person, you'll see the scars here, and you can see them like all up down through here and all that stuff. That my hair goes all crazy because they had to stretch my skin and bring it down and then restitch it. So my beard goes kind of, I don't know, it just don't go straight. It's crooked is what I'm saying.
I'm with you. Yeah, Wild Rose nailed it with the grinder guards cause more issues than they save. Because, you can't, you got to end up at putting it at some stupid ass angle, blade binds. I completely feel you on that one. None of my cutting tools have guards on them. None of them.
Yeah. I about cut my leg off with a grinder. I don't know how it didn't cut into me, but it did a kickback and cut my jeans and put like a red line on my leg, but it didn't cut me. I don't know how it didn't. It came right across my thigh there.
Lucky. I've never had a grinder blade bind without a guard because you're freely able to get the angle you actually need. And
Right.
if it's going to be the kind of cut that's going to bind, you don't make that cut. You find another tool, you find another way. But working at other people's shops where they hand you a fucking grinder with a guard on it, and I've popped several discs on those. It's because he's right, man. He hits some stupid ass angle, and shink, shatters.
And you always go with the rotation. You never fight the rotation.
Right.
I see these
Know
guys,
your tool.
cutting up with the disc and shit like that, and it's like, God, I'm sitting there going, just waiting for it to kick on them. It's like, yeah.
Or worse, people are afraid of it. They've watched all the videos, so they're holding it with the white knuckle. There's a
Train coming on through, ain't it? Yeah, it was. I was cutting it. I probably shouldn't have been cutting the way I was cutting, but it kicked back on me, and I was like, "Wow, that almost killed me," because it came right across my inner thigh, which is where that
big artery,
that big artery's at, and I probably wouldn't have lived through that.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time with grind. I'm more of a fab guy than you guys start talking, engine stuff. My eyes kind of glaze over a little bit, and I start daydreaming about cutting shit up, putting it back together. But yeah, a lot of time with grinders and whatnot, and or putting 6-inch, 8-inch cutting wheels on buffers and that kind of stuff, and getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Those things spin quite rapidly. But you can wholesale do some cutting with those beauties, however.
I wish I had a bigger air system, because I like using my air grinder on certain things, and and the side cutter.
I'm not a fan of air cutting tools. I always, even with, I've worked in shops too that had buku air available, but it always seems to bog. Yeah, hey man.
Well, for doing intricate stuff, little stuff, the bigger stuff, you plug in the grinder and go to town.
And or if you're shaping something and you're using like the little right angle guy, with the roll-lock discs and that kind of stuff, they work out pretty well. But yeah, generally speaking, I'm going to reach for an electric cutter. Nibblers and all that stuff. They just want full power at all freaking times, man. Those things start bogging, and
And the same thing with the battery cutoff wheels. I hate them.
Oh, I couldn't use one of those.
Let them come up to speed, and then you can go. And if they bog, you got to pull away, let them come up to speed, and then and it's just.
Well,
I got a 20-volt DeWalt cordless. And
does it do all right?
It actually does. I use one of the 9-hour batteries. It's the 20-volt, 60-volt flex battery.
Mm-hmm.
Been very happy with it, actually. Very, very happy with it.
I got one just to take to the junkyards and stuff when you got to just
yeah.
But using around here, I don't like it.
Yeah, the brushed ones are kind of sucky, but the brushes, I really like it actually.
How big is it? Because I've seen some of them that are like, you gotta double arm it.
No, the grinder itself, is of pretty reasonable size. The battery I'm choosing to use puts a lot of funky weight at the tail end of it. Because it's a good sized battery. You can get the little 20 volts that are about, the lightweight guys. And they'll do okay for a while, but you'll run your battery down pretty quick, which is why I prefer the heavier ones. But you got to get used to that unbalanced weight with all that weight at the tail end. Generally speaking, all the weights at the head, not at the tail, which is kind of weird. But I'm pretty happy with it overall.
I got the DeWalt skill saw, the battery skill saw, and I really like that. I've had that for what? Oh, geez, 17 years.
Yeah,
I got an 05 or so. It works great.
all the DeWalt cordless, the 20-volt stuff I've been happy with. Everything I had before that was either Bosch or Makita. In my experience, there's no comparison with DeWalt's newer stuff.
Well, my problem is I got all 18-volt stuff, and they don't make any more 18-volt stuff.
Yeah.
Can't even get batteries anymore.
Man, check out 65 Ford, all one word, and it's SIXTY FIVE Ford YouTube channel. Look that guy up. He's got a battery adapter video that you might dig.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy. If you haven't checked out his channel, he does some pretty crafty stuff. 65 Ford is the guy's channel name. Yeah, he's
I'm gonna mute for a minute.
pretty crafty guy.
Ouch.
Yeah, that might hurt a little.
Oh
I never-
man,
I've
we
never
were
hit
painting a
myself with a
semi,
grinder.
and we just had the hood all done. You know, the fiberglass. I hate body work on a semi. Totally hate it. But one of the guys had set the angle grinder, grinder up on it. Plugged it in. That sucker was on. That thing
Oof.
went all the way up across the hood.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
nightmare.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw it go by all the safety. Yeah, Wild Rose. I hate where the safety buttons. Granted, I know why they're there, but it's such a, especially with the short thumb. Often that's a real problem. Yeah, I gotta. Yeah.
I use them so much, and constant. I always get the small amperage ones because they got the constant button on the side.
Yeah. That's a bungee
And
and
then if I
electric
want to use
taper
it
for
safe, I just keep my thumb on it, so if it kicks away, it just kicks off.
Yeah.
I got the Harbor Freight grinder, so it's just on or off. It's old school.
Man, I go through those. We used to have a totem pole at the roadkill shop, and those $15. You're talking about the $15 grinder?
Yeah, $15, $20 grinder.
Yeah, man.
Warrior or something.
But you can, man. I actually love those things. Man, it's a disposable tool. It's like a freaking Q-tip, for Christ's sake. And you use it till it's no longer usable and hang it on the wall. Man, those things, they cut well, they spin well. The brushes burn out quickly.
Yeah, because they get hot. Mine gets real hot.
Yeah, I mean, and they come with a set or two, that type of thing. But for $15 with the 10% or 20% off coupon or whatever it is, those things are a deal. A lot of people won't touch Harbor Freight electric, power tools and that kind of stuff. Some of their newer brands are getting better, but man, when you're buying it with the intention of it being abused, I'll drop $15 every 4 to 6 months, no problem.
Oh, I bought a Harbor Freight engine hoist. It was like $2.99. I've used that thing probably the last 8-9 years. I haven't had a single problem out of it.
Yeah.
None.
The
It's
2-ton one
great.
I like. The 1-ton I don't like. It's too short.
Yeah. Well, mine's a retractable. I think it'd go up to like 3.5 tons or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's foldable
That's a
too.
good one. The next one down, though, I mean, it works good, but it's too short. I mean, it's
You
for
can't
like
reach out and
pulling
get
a
anything.
transfer. Yeah.
I've got an orange one that's from Harbor Freight before they had stores. Collapsible. You could barely put a motor in a damn Fox body with one of them things. But there ain't no way it would work on like one of these long nose things.
Did you guys catch Dutch Garage spilling the motor over?
Mm-mm.
It's been
No, because I did that with with my 408 whenever I was pulling it out of the car.
He's got a couple clips of it in different videos because I mean it's a priceless couple of seconds, you know, and of course his response is, "It'll be all right. It'll be all right," you know. But yeah, phew, timber.
Yeah, mine did that too. I was pulling it out, and one wheel got off the concrete and sunk, and I just had to jump away. I was like, I am not trying to catch this thing.
Yeah, I for a long time had the larger, the Harbor Freight ones, and got rid of the cast iron casters, and you know put swiveled pneumatic wheels on it because we had this out. There was a small patch of concrete, but unavoidably you had to roll that thing through the fucking gravel, and which is damn near undoable. So yeah, off-road engine hoist works out great.
I
I mean,
actually
you'd be
would
like
love to take
BareRose
that.
and just use a tractor to pull engines.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, or like Dalton, he uses the hay bale
Hay-
spike.
A truck bale hauler. Mine's actually a Goodyear. It's the one I got out here on holding the engine up. It's a Goodyear, and it was a kit. It came with that, and then my 454 is actually on the engine stand. It's a great big 4-leg, heavy-duty ass engine stand. And I actually got that with the 74 Firebird Formula that I bought about 12 years ago. The guy just said, "Oh, just take them with you." Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Are you fortunate enough to have any slabs around your place, or I know you with the number of vehicles you got, like with Artemis, you got dirt and rock there, but I mean, is that your only option, or do you got to?
If the car's small enough, I can do it. I can get the front end in this garage. But Artemis is too wide. The Cutlass was too wide. But no, I literally, you'll see it on the video when I show how I put them in. It's I used to do it with a Jeep or my Bronco, but I got a side-by-side, and I'll hook a chain or a tow rope to the back of, say, like Artemis, and I'll get the motor. I have to literally, do the whole shove and turn and turn and turn and turn and turn till it's outside the garage, and I can shut the door. Then I know I'm far enough. And then I just get out there, and I'll use the side-by-side to maneuver the car like I did Artemis. And then we push it forward by hand, and I'll put the motor and trans in it, and you'll see it. I actually grab the core support, and I'll have my arm on the lower, and I'll pull forward on the car with one hand, and I'll lower the engine hoist with the other, and it'll go right in there till it stops. And then it's high enough where I can get a jack under the transmission, so I'll go around, I'll put a jack under the transmission, and then I do it again. I pull and push forward. And I did that 3 times today in 15 minutes. 15, 20
Holy
minutes. I had
cow.
it in, out, in, out, in, out. Oh, yeah. Just like my very first video when I pulled it out.
Yeah, circumstances are less than ideal when it's easier to move the vehicle back and forth than the hoist. Yeah.
Yeah, once that thing's out in those rocks, it's there.
Yeah.
You ain't moving that engine hoist. It is there, and that's when you got to start moving the car. And I've done it so many times. Like, I literally did it myself. I had no help. I had Aiden, my middle one. He used the side-by-side to pull Artemis back so we could turn the wheels to get it so it would, I actually get, like, behind the car. And, of course, Artemis is, 20,000 feet tall. So I'm looking over the top, and I'm like, that's about right. So then go up front. Amber come out when I already had it in there. She's like, I was coming out to help you. I said, well, it only took me 5 minutes. And she just shook her head. How the hell? She's got video and pictures of me putting in all those motors. And you'll see that Goodyear hoist. God bless it. That thing is all the way up as high as that damn cylinder will get it. And it's doing this. You know, I'm surprised I ain't had one fall over, but
That's
you
a,
know,
that's
it's-
a, that's another one of
That's-
those little videos you got to put together, even if it's with still photos if she's got them. You know.
Yeah, that
Well,
would be a good video setup.
I thought about just that part where I say, okay, now let's put this damn motor in here, and then I guarantee I'm going to get the dog look. Like, did he seriously just do that? I got one arm on the on the core support, one hand on the left and up and down. But I don't know. I got so used to doing it, but it's a lot easier with a small block. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because this
Oh, I'm
400,
sure.
it's not considered a big block, but oh my God, is it heavy? And then that the 455 was a monster to get in there. That Cutlass, that thing sucked. It was huge, but I got it close enough to where I didn't have to put the hoist all the way out in the rocks.
Yeah.
So it was a little easier. But like I said, I didn't have a side by side before, so it was either I'd call a buddy over, or Amber would help me, or my oldest, and we'd push the car back. Now I'm like, I ain't doing that shit. We got tools to do the work. So, but yeah, the initial putting in the motor, that's me with one hand on the car and one hand on the lower. But I thought about just a little because that's how long it took me. 5 minutes. I had that motor in that car. Saw this little 5-minute video. This is how we put a motor in a car on the rocks. Then just, all right, have a good day. But we'll see. I've got all that content. I'll probably get it ready tomorrow, because obviously I can't do anything to Artemis. God damn it.
Yeah,
But,
been there, Wild Rose, with a fixed hoist from the rafters and.
Oh yeah.
Or just a come along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Come
guy,
along,
yeah,
tree.
using a tree branch. Yep.
Yep. The old tripod.
Yeah, I remember my dad. He changed the motor in his old pickup truck one time in the carport. He cut a hole in the carport so he could get to a rafter, wrap the chain around it, just come on the motor, and we pushed the truck back out of the way.
Yep.
You know what? That's what makes it like when you turn and you watch something, say, on like Motor Trend. They got this beautiful shop, all the fanciest crap, and I can't watch it because I can't relate to that. Wait a minute, no. Tell me a better way to do it on the mud and rocks out here. I don't want to hear about it on your damn concrete, because I don't have it.
Yeah, the guys
Yeah.
got their choice between a
like
4-post
YouTube.
lift and a 2-post lift.
That's one of the big reasons I love YouTube, because somebody would be doing something, you'd be like, wait a minute, I was doing that wrong. That looks easier. I'm going to try that next time.
The bad thing is I got a 2-post
And no, he
lift.
wasn't named for.
It's laying in the shop. I haven't stood it up yet. I'm out there rolling around in the dirt and the heat.
Ari asked if Artemis was named after Artemis Pyle. I do like Artemis Pyle. He was awesome. But no, Artemis was the son of a Greek god. Amber's Greek, so she's all into that stuff. And that's where Artemis comes from. It was, I can't remember exactly the whole story, but that's what she came up with. I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't remember the story of Artemis either.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought. I thought it was the Greek god whenever you said that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the offspring of some Greek god, Athena or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't. It's been so long since I went through all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but no.
Lord. I don't even want to talk about that heavy stuff.
Oh, I don't either.
Those Harbor Freight jack stands that everybody was panicking over, they will hold a Kenworth. And that is one job I never, ever, ever want to do again. Change the rear end in a Kenworth? No freaking way. I done it once.
Oh, no.
That was enough.
You sure? I can bring one for you to work on.
That's okay. I'm allergic.
I've seen the tools you have to use to work on a diesel truck. I don't want to even mess with them.
Oh, good Lord. The impact
Change.
wrench change a tire weighs 150 pounds, and I only
Yeah.
weigh $130.
Well, you know,
I've gotta-
it's like at work, you know, working on the turbines. There's 3.5 and 4 inch nuts and bolts on turbines. Those big gas turbines. I'm like, no, I that's maintenance does that stuff. I'll leave that shit to them.
I've actually, with that engine hoist that I put this motor in with, I've actually changed the front differential in a. I had a 9200 International before my W900 Kenworth, and I changed the front differential right out here in this driveway on the rocks.
Wow.
Same way. Pulled the truck backwards. Once I got it up, I pulled the truck backwards with my Bronco, jacked it up, and then pushed the truck forward and had the thing up over the fifth wheel and put it right in the back of my truck, and then grabbed the next one and then went right back and did it back on. Yeah,
Wow.
I don't do tires here because,
You
number
got
one,
the chopsticks?
what's that?
You got the chopsticks?
For tires?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've got to set them around here somewhere. I got a tire guy, the guy that kind of sponsors me, that puts all the tires on my cars. He does my semi-tires, too. And I'm about to have to do that, so there's $2,500 for two. They didn't get cheaper either. They went.
I figured. I thought drag slicks were expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I have a fix for that too.
All right. Irish going to get some more cool shit.
I used to work for a logging company that, oh, yeah.
Tread burner.
Oh,
To regroove.
Yep, got the little regroover. You got your thing right there. You just stick it in the groove and it burns it right off. So I still got to do that to my tires. That'll get me another 10,000 miles. But yeah, it's a cheap ass. I think I paid like $10 for that on eBay, and it works pretty good.
Right on.
We got a hot
It's hot
knife
as hell.
somewhere.
Don't touch yourself. I got all kinds of shit that I don't know. I'm a cheap bastard, so I figure it's cheaper to buy a $15 tool to cut the tires down to use them longer
yeah.
than anything. I had a better one of them at one time. I used to cut my four-wheeler tires with. For racing, I'd get the old Badlands or the hell was that other one? It was another flat track style tire for racing, and he'd get wore down, and I just cut through them, throw tubes in them, and cut more groove in them.
That's the way we did it with the monster truck. I mean, they're so
Yeah,
thick that you can just
sure.
keep going and going and going and going.
Hot knife. Just do it with a
Hot
hot
knife
knife.
and a Sawzall, and we'd go to the secondhand store and buy serrated knives, double bevel. So we made the mistake of a single bevel knife one time, but then you bust the handle off, grind it out to stick it in the Sawzall, and just
Nice.
Whatever works, right?
Absolutely.
got to take those the ends of the chevrons off those big 66-inch tires.
Wow.
Otherwise, they just beat the crap out of you in there.
Oh,
You can count every one of them lugs coming around.
Tunk, 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 tunk.
You know what? Since BareRose, you like doing some of the crazy shit like I do. There was an argument going on it wasn't really an argument. Now, I was taught to do this by my dad because he was an old Air Force mechanic. This is how they did it. You know how everybody uses the Italian, the Italian tune-up with your Berryman or your stuff like that? My dad taught me to do it with water.
Water? Mm-hmm. Or ATF.
If you do it with water, it does kind of, it's just the new stuff, it's not as hard on the system, because it actually burns. Whereas water, that's what he would use, and he taught me, he'd do it on a lawnmower to clean the valves.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of water while the thing's running at a higher angle, and that cold air would break those valve seats up and all that crap. Now, if you don't want to go dumping the goddamn,
No, it's just
fucking
it's
milk
a
jug, it's
spray.
a
Yeah.
little bit at a time. And I tried to say something about that on one of the pages. Oh, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I was like, how do you think they did this shit with Model A's? You think they had Berryman?
Well, Uncle Tony did a thing on that where he was showing, revving it up and running water through the carburetor.
Yeah.
It works.
It works. I would agree. I wouldn't do that anymore since we do have Berryman and Seafoam, and we got things that are, a little bit easier on the
man, and then
train.
Idiots that do that with a catalytic converter. Oh man, that just plugs that sucker solid.
Yeah. No. What's a catalytic converter?
That's what I was about to
know what
ask.
that is.
Is that hollow resonator that hangs off of
Yeah.
It's that son of a bitch that makes all that noise whenever you hit a bump. That's what it is. It's like, I don't even know what an O2 sensor is.
In Washington, they go underneath your car with a mirror, making sure your exhaust you had the converter and everything on it.
Oh yeah.
So we'd take the converter off and take a pipe and run it through the converter, knock everything out of it, and put it back in there.
That was an extra use for my salad spoons for my tires. Just take that thing and just ram it in there.
Knock those screens out of it. It looks the same.
Yep. They've got places though, like my semi can't go to California. Because if I go in California with my semi, they pull me over. They got this little stick, and they'll actually test my carbon output.
Yeah.
But I'm not even allowed to go across the border in my truck, which I don't ever plan on it. But
it's messed up about that. I mean, air to air. There's not like a wall there.
Well, my truck's basically stock exhaust, except for no muffler. I got straight 8 inches going all the way to the top. She's a bellower. Let's just say that.
You can hear you coming, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, everybody up at the job, like I'll get next to people that are on the job, and you have to pull out, say like you're on the asphalt paver, and everybody will whoa, 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 whoa out into the road, cuts all you guys off, pisses you off, and then takes off in front of you doing about 10 mile an hour. Well, I don't do 10 mile an hour. I'll get on it through about 4 years, and there'll be like an overpass or whatever. So it's like going through a tunnel, and it's just rolling coal and just whoa, and the whole building will shake, wherever you're at. But in my truck, if you're doing 70 mile an hour, you hold up a half bottle of water about right here. It looks like Jurassic Park. It's just vibrating to beat hell. It's probably the reason my head's just all messed up. It's like about the same level. But yeah, I can't help it. I like loud stuff. All my Harleys are loud. Everything's loud.
I like last night when I came home and Mighty Mouse, it's loud. It's got exhaust leaks on it. I'm not thinking my neighbors must hate me. I'm coming home at midnight. Loud ass truck. I'm sure my neighbors hate me.
Yeah.
Oh well, guys, I'm gonna have to call this one. I'm getting eaten now. The bugs are out.
They're after you.
I was hoping for a good live stream.
Yeah, man, thanks for
I'll be
having
live
us.
Thursday night.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to do another 7 o'clock Thursday.
Did I hear Uncle Tony right that he's packing in on the lives?
That's what he said.
Oh, he's not going to be doing them anymore?
That's what he said.
What he said.
Huh.
If so, that leaves Wednesday and Sundays open.
Yeah, it stinks because I actually kind of like sitting there watching them.
Yeah, the response was not necessarily positive. But you know, that's got to be quite a burden for the guy, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's
He's got a lot of stuff going on,
he's got a lot of shit going on.
and there's a lot of drama that's been stirred up the last week or so. So I can kind of see what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, guys, it's been fun.
Somebody will fill it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You guys all be
it's
cool,
almost
man.
midnight here. I probably need to get to bed myself.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
Y'all be
BareRose,
cool.
it's only what 10 o'clock here.
Yeah, what, 20 to 11? Holy cow.
Yeah, it's 20 to midnight here.
It's 20 to midnight where I'm at.
Yeah, me
But
too.
it's Saturday night. I mean, I could be out getting drunk with all my friends, you know, but no. I'll sit here. This shit's from Christmas. It's already paid for. So
Right on. Right on.
You're drinking cheap beer. It's from
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yep. I'll go into my
But
house.
y'all have a
again.
good night. It's been great.
You too,
Great
Travis.
seeing you.
Be cool,
Yeah.
brother. See you, Jay.
See ya.
See you later, Jay.
Later, man.
Everybody in the chat, hey, thanks for coming out. It's been great seeing y'all. And we'll catch you all next week. In the meantime, jump out there and get some metal hot. We'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks again for coming out.